here. If you guys want to prove it wrong, you guys can spam still. Okay, now it's 10, 11:30, 11:10, and I think we should get started. Are we good to go, admin? Okay, then let's get started. So I wish you guys a very good morning. Welcome. It is wonderful to have you guys here. And for those who are joining us for the first time, it is a warm welcome from me to GDG Nashik, Google Developers Group Nashik, and we are a community of developers, engineers, students, and tech enthusiasts right here in the Nashik. Proud to be a part of global network of over 1,900 plus members and growing. GDG Nashik is an independent and volunteer-driven community that exists to bring people together around the Google technologies through talks, through workshops and hands-on sessions and events just like this one. Our mission is quite simple. It is to learn together, build together, and grow together. Whether you are, you know, a seasoned engineer or just starting your journey, this is your space. And a huge shout out to our organizer, Sagar, Vaishnav, Mitesh Pokar, for making these kind of events happen. Now you can stay connected with us through our social platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Those social handles will be shared shortly, and there is a website also that you can interact with. So do join our community if you haven't already. So now let's get into today's session. Let's talk about the session itself now. AI agents are no longer in the living of research and demos. They are hitting the production. Now, as exciting as it sounds, it introduces a question that does not get asked plenty of times. What happens when an agent that can reason, call tools, and act autonomously can also become a security liability? Now, today's talk tackles exactly that. The session is titled Deploying the Secure AI Agents in GKE. Over 45 minutes, you'll explore the right way to deploy the agents on the Google Kubernetes engine, covering the critical building blocks like workload identity, network policies, secret manager, and guardrails you need to keep your agents powerful but not dangerous. So this session for is for the people who are building with AI, deploying on Kubernetes, or simply curious about what production grade security conscious AI infrastructure actually looks like in 2025 and beyond. Now, to guide us through this overall session, we have someone who does not just talk about the cloud native infrastructure, he lives and breathes it. Please welcome our speaker, Yash Pawar. Yash, do we have you with us? So Yash is a computer engineering student at MVP KBT College of Engineering and is also pursuing BS in Data Science and Application from IIT Madras. So yes, he's doing both. He's doing them very well. On the technical side, Yash has hands-on experience with a full cloud native stack, Kubernetes, Docker, Argo CD, Prometheus, Kaiverno and Grafana, and has worked with real-world GitOps deployment workflows, building the Argo CD manifests, writing GitHub action pipelines, and using the Jinja templates to automate the Kubernetes object management. Now, he is also independent contributor to Cloud Native Computing Foundation, where he has contributed to projects including CNCF.io, Kubernetes DevStat, and Tecton pipelines, improving the documentation and developer experience across the ecosystem. Beyond writing code and configs, Yash leads community as a Cloud Native Community Group Nashik as co-organizer and is a Microsoft Learn student ambassador and creates content on YouTube to make DevOps on cloud native technologies more accessible to students and developers. Now, he is also a WebOps admin for Pravaha community at IIT Madras, where he manages the website operations and deployment infrastructure. In short, Yash is not just a practitioner, he's an educator, a community builder, and someone who deeply invested in making cloud native world safer and more open. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Yash Pawar. Yash, do we have you?
Yes, yes. So good morning
Yes.
to everyone present here. Thank you, Sakshi, for such a kind introduction, and it's pleasure for me to be here and we'll experience and all the good session of deployment about what you can say AI agents on GKE. So let's get started with it. So before diving too technical in detail, I just want to ask some of the folks who are actually working with AI agents or the GK platforms or Kubernetes. So, like, how many of have you worked on the AI agents or GK? Yeah, Kubernetes, if you have used before. Anyone here? Okay, we have Siddhi here. Okay, so, okay, yeah, she's here. So we have a lot of people, lot of folks who have actually worked on the AI agents, and I think it's okay that it's not ADK. They may have worked with a different context, different path flows, and different sandbox things. But yeah, I know it's not being easier to what you can say deploy the AI agents or go through the all the passages in today in runtime. Why? Because they are actually not that much secure. So yeah, if you're working with the AI agents on your local systems, yeah, you can. If you're working into the local organization systems, it's fine. But if you are hitting it to the production, or if you're going for the deployments, it's too typical, too critical to host such AI agents, I can say. So yeah, my topic is about uh, deploying secure AI agents on GK. So what does the topic mean actually? Deploying secure AI agents means what? We are actually hitting the AI agents on the production. On which platform we are doing it? We are doing it on GCP. Yeah, we can do it. We can choose any of the cloud platforms, any of the servers, any of the rented servers, we can say. But for me, as I can recommend, GCP is one of the finest and one of the good for going for the some of the deployments. You can say some of the small scale deployments, or if you are going for the we can say a larger module deployments, you can also use some of the observability services of GCP. Now, what are these too much deeper technical terms what I use now, which are like observability? What are these secure AI agents? I know many of the people may have heard about AI agents, but what is secure AI agents? What we are doing? What security actually we are putting? Are we getting some what you can say means some companies which provide the cyber security, or are we doing some of the things, or are we doing some secure API calls? What are the different things we are actually doing to secure our AI agent? So I may tell you that we are not going to use any of the third party things. We are going to use only GCP for secure making our secure AI agents. Now, what is GKE? So GKE is Google Kubernetes engine. Now, what is Kubernetes, if you will say? So it is just, we can say, a container orchestration. Means if I have attended more than 20 plus meetups around what you can say Nashik, and also out of Maharashtra region also. So whenever I heard about Kubernetes, they just give an explanation that it is just a container orchestration. So it just raised some of my questions, like it just brings some of the question marks in my mind. Is that just a container orchestration? Thus Kubernetes is just two words, it defined just in two words, or it just have the meanings which is literally we can say it ends in the word, one line sentence. No, Kubernetes is lot more than that. It's not just a container orchestration, it does a lot more things. Now what it does, we'll see in further slides. So uh, what we are actually going to cover today? So we are going to cover what is an AI agent. Now, I know most of you know about the AI agents, but the people who have joined as a beginner or you are new to the ecosystem, we'll explain them the AI agents in short and very meaningful way. Then we'll go for the threat model. What are the prompt injection, or what are the difficulties that bring the threat to a model? Then identity and access. What does the identity and access module does, or how should we give the separate access to the AI agents of different tasks? Then we'll go for some of the secrets and networks. So we have some of the secret manager, which is just a service of GCP. We have some of the network policies and some of the pod hardening things, which we will discuss next. Then we have some of the guardrails and observability things. Means what? We'll observe the things, we'll see the callbacks, loggings, model armors, and etc. Then, last but not the least, we have an reference architecture. Means what? I will refer or give a suggestion or a reference to you all that how you can set up a production grade secure GKE setup, and also how you can deploy secure AI agents on it. Okay. So let's get started with our first slide of today. So, what is an AI agent? Now, beyond the LLM call, can anyone tell me what is an AI agent? Okay, so I will explain that what is an AI agent. So, we can say that an AI agent is an AI system which not only plans the works, it execute, it take the reference, it go for the listing things, it searches on web, it goes for all the what you can say integrated paths, it goes on the reference articles, it can web scrap for you, it can do a lot more thing and give you the proper explanation that what actually you should do with a document. uh, so not just going into the technical terms, I will explain you with a short example. So imagine you hire an intern. Okay, just imagine that you all what you can say own an organization, and you are hiring for an intern. Now you will ask him find the top Kubernetes conferences in India and prepare a report. Okay, so the intern will just not answer it into the seconds. Yeah, he will need some time to get all through the what we can say the LinkedIn, we can say all the event platforms, and he will search the things and then he will report to you. But in the case of AI agent, it will directly go to the search engines of the website, it will search the things, it will read the articles, it will compare the information, it will write a summary and create a report. So an AI agent works in the same way, we can say. So unlike an normal AI model that can simply answer your question, an AI agent can plan a task, use tools, gather informations, and take some of the actions to achieve a goal. So that is an example of what is an AI agent. But if we'll go into the two technical definitions in the textbook, yeah, if we have a reference book for the AI agents, it says that an AI agent in an AI system that can do the reason, that can plan, that can use tools, that can take actions autonomously to achieve a goal. Means what? Whatever the information you want, you require, you are giving commands to him. It will plan the things. It will go for. It will use some of the tools. It will create a documentation. It will create a report for you, and to the goal you have set for him, he will achieve it much like human assistants working on behalf of you. So that is a technical term of AI agents. Now we'll see the next slide that okay. So an AI agent is a pod with a brain and a tool belt. Means what? How many of you have heard about pods? What a pod means? Okay, I will explain in the simple things. When you use a Kubernetes engine, or the Kubernetes minikube or kind operations. So if you are setting Kubernetes on your local machine, you have two options. First one is you use minikube. Means what? It just gives you a single cluster, a single node, and a single master. Means what? You have a single node cluster present for you to do the task and things. Then if you go for the kind, what is the full form of kind? It's Kubernetes in Docker. Means what? A Docker image is already created and you just pull that image and go further. Now, when you go for the servers like cloud platforms, which actually provide the services, there are some of the platforms like GCP, which have serverless platforms and also server integrated platforms. So when you go for a server integrated platforms, we have Kubernetes for it. So a Kubernetes consists of a pod. What is meant by pod? Pod is an all-rounder present in a Kubernetes, which actually manages all the things and covers all the background of Kubernetes workflow. Means what? It can it works like a medico. It can heal all the things. It can do pass-ons. It can do all the stuff which Kubernetes can what we can say ask him to do. The commands Kubernetes go for present. It also takes the what you can say follow up from the student nodes and etc. So we can say that pod is all rounder of Kubernetes. Same like that, an AI agent is a pod. Means what? So we can say that AI agent can work as a pod. Now, what it means with a brain and a tool belt. So it means that AI agent can think, AI agent can plan, it can use tools, it can store memory, it can make decisions. Now, whenever you some of the examples we can say. So if you tell him to find a GDG conference in India and summarize them and create a report, so we can say that it will search on web, it will read all the websites, summarize findings, generate a report, and store the result. So we can say that it is much more powerful than a chatbot. That's why we use AI agent. Now, what is exactly you see the LLM core there? So LLM core is a brain of the system. So in Google Cloud, we use the Gemini via Vertex AI. Now, why we use it? So and what is responsible for? So it is responsible for reasoning. It is responsible for planning. It is responsible for making decisions. Now, what are tools? So agent become useful because of the tools. So what are tools? Some of the examples are like we use for web searches, SQL queries, if you have used SQLs, external APIs, we use GitHub, we use some of the code executions. Means without tools, an AI agent is just a chatbot. So I think you have got the difference between what is exactly a chatbot and an AI agent. So AI agent can do a lot more than a chatbot. The chatbot uses all the generic answers. It provide all the generic things. But if you use an AI agent, it will go in all the detailed stuff and give you the whole reasoning answers or required answers which you are actually looking for. Then the next tool we have is memory. So what is a memory? So it stores the context. Means what? Previous conversations, user preference we can say, vector databases we can say. So memory makes agents smarter over time. So like we can see some of the AI tools which are actually growing. Also we can see the Google has just launched in IO 2026. We can say Gemini 3 point flash. We have the high and medium version of it. Also we have Omni of Google. So how actually these things work, or actually these models grow? They grow from the user preferences, vector database, and all the previous conversation, all the data they consist of you. They actually learn from it and they become more powerful. That is the thing. So memory makes agent smarter over time. Just note that thing. Then we have orchestration. Means what? We control over workflow. Means what? What are the workflows in it? So we can say some of the sequential agents. Means what? If we have just like that, I gave the example of finding a conference. So what he will do first? What is the first sequential task of it? He will go on the web search. Then what he will do? He will find all the articles present through that key findings through that query. He will go. He will look for it. He will web scam the things. Then next, he will build a documentation for it, that on which time, at which place, in which country actually the event is going on. Is it virtual? It is in person. He will give all the details, and then the finalized report is created and it will be provided to you. So that is a sequential agent. Now, what is a loop agent? So when you build a loop agent, so what is meant by loop agent? Just like that, if you have used GitHub Action, so if you are getting a new PR into a repository, yeah, if you have contributed a new thing, so you can build a loop agent. Means what? It will just check the PR that it does not contain any violating things, any what we can say any viruses, yeah, any malware queries in it. Then next, it you can say that to sign a document. Which document? The license to contribute in this repository. Then it can say to it can assign you the waiting period. So these things can be done using a loop agent. Means what? Whenever a new user contributes to the repository, the loop is again and again generated. Then multi-agent systems. What are multi-agent systems? Multi-agent systems generally use multi-tokenization power. Yeah, they have a multiple thinking aspects. Means what? Just like Gemma 4, if you have read the context of it, yeah, if Okay, one of my question is that have you heard about Gamma 4? Gamma 3 anyone has used here? Yeah, just heard about it, Gamma 3. Okay. So Gamma 3 actually uses a single tokenization system. Means what? Whenever it reads a word, yeah, whenever it transcripts a word, it goes a single word by words. If there is a sentence, if you told him to read a sentence, it will go. Yeah, if you tell him to transcribe a sentence, it will go from a single word by word aspect. But if you have read about the documentation of Gamma 4, it have a multi-tokenization power. Means what? At a time, it can read, yeah, transcribe more than two words, yeah, multiple words it can read. So that is a multi-tokenization system, uh, which can be used in multi-agent systems. So what is a major use of orchestration? We can think it like an Kubernetes controlling and container. Means what? It can control the AI agents workflows and tasks which are assigned by a user. Now, we can say that uh, as per we have heard that AI agent is an pod. Means what? It has its own brain. It can work as per the tools which we assign him. It has a memory which store all the stuff. It has an orchestration which contains all the workflows of an AI agent. Now, we'll go on the next slide that agents work great in isolation. Means what? When you isolate an agent, yeah, when you assign a work to a single agent, we can say that it is just a brilliant thing. It works in an what is a different context, different flow, and it goes. Uh, we can say that it go without security. It runs and find all the things. Now, imagine you have a research agent, you have an writer agent, you have a judge agent. So each run as an Kubernetes pod. Now the different is normal pod execute predefined logic. Means what? It has predefined set of parameters and it runs on a predefined logic. Now agent pod makes decision dynamically. These are the stuff that whenever you use a GKE, the agent pods will make decisions dynamically. Then because they can think, they can act independently, they can create a new security risk. That I was saying that whenever you create an agent using ADK or all the stuff, they are not secure. They can work independently. I know, I can understand the thing, but they create a new security risk. How they create a new security risk, I will just explain here. But for you can see on the slide, agents work great in isolation, but the moment you deploy them on GKE, they what we can say scatter in three parts. If you have three agents, orchestration, research, and writer agent, the new security questions appear. Who does each agent talk to? What can it access? And how you can plan it to going through a row? So we'll discuss the things that why security actually matters. So we have a next slide that the threat model means what? What can go wrong when your pod has a brain? So when the security actually matters here is when an agents are deployed, the identity is who I am, authorization, what can I access, and networking, where can I connect, and observability. We can think about how do I know and what happened here further. So when an AI agent introduces what you can say anatomy, the it will have an always a risk. Yeah, we can say a predefined risk in it that it will lack somewhere or the other. Now, where it can lack easy, it has an prompt injection attack. Means what we can say it is an malicious content. What we can say content in a tool which can hijack your agents. Now, how we can hijack your agents? So first one is attacker can send just a query which is drop table users. Means what? It is an we can say applications to execute it. Yeah, we can say it can find all the touchback things through which the attackers can find the bug and or malware and loophole through which they can enter your repo. Means what? They will just input a query through which they can enter your AI agent systems easily. Now, what is an attack flow? So first we have a user, then we have what we can say orchestration. Yeah, orchestrator. So what an orchestration or orchestrator mean? it contains an workflow. Means what? It has some of the documents, it has some of the research part, it has some of the loops, it has some of the sequential things. Then it will go through a research agent. Now in the research agent only, the injection is hidden in a doc. Means what? The query which has the attacker have what you can say added the query, it is present in the research agent. Now the research agent, it will without checking the things, it will pass on to the SQL tools, then it will further go to the database, and then the boom will happen. Means what? The database will get deleted due to that query. So what you can say, the researcher tool ignores previous instructions and it can delete all your user records. So that are the things that attacker hide instruction inside content. So you may not we can say you may not see it, you may not know it, just going through the systems, yeah, through the what we can say observability things, you can see that how the you will just go see that pod is been down, your Kubernetes cluster is been not working, it is not responding, and you will not see why actually the AI agent is being down, yeah, why it is malfunctioning. Because whenever you will what you can say trace back the research agent, and you will see that what the actually hidden note was injected in the document, then you can see that what the stuff is going on, and why you should use the what you can say PII, which is the personal identity instructions. Yeah, it contains the PII. Through it you can personally what you can say debug the thing, and then you can resolve the queries. Now you can see there are the two boxes, we can say. First one is before model callback, which can sanitize the input. Means what? Whenever you improve the strip of patterns, the DLP check for PII. Means what? PII generally what we can say consists of your personal information, identifiable information, which is present on behalf of you. Means what? All the what all of your GSM means Google system account details are present there. Then your Kubernetes workflow account systems are present there. All your passwords are being present there. Your etcd backup is present there. So DLP checks for PII before, and the LLM sees anything. Then you see the after model callback. Means what? It blocks the suspicious tools calls. If the LLM wants to call for delete or drop, it can stop there. So these are the two things we'll go for. We'll add them before we what you can say begin to create an AI agent, we can say. So next we have a new attack surface, which are familiar concept. First one is we can say for prompt injections. So just like SQL injections, but there are some of the context injection also present here. So the attackers may get easier access to your LLM models. Yeah, we can say that your AI agent tools using these prompt injections, yeah, SQL queries. Now, what are the SQL injections? So some of the SQL injections, we can say that it breaks your cluster admin path. How it can break your cluster admin path? Due to it has the access, the PII has the access of your cluster passwords and cluster username. It can directly boom your cluster, and it can make the pods and all the Kubernetes engine activities down. This can work through an SQL injections. But next one we have over permission identity. Means what? We sometimes just add on some of the over permissions. We just allow the things, and some of the misconfigured cluster rules get into it, and due to which the attackers might take down your AI agent systems. So we can also see the tool abuse. Means what? We have some of the outbound internet things which can be unrestricted egress agent calls, and it's like block your path to redeploy the AI agent. Then we have data exfiltrations, which means that like a plain secret or the ENVs, the agent leaks PII. As I told you before, the PII contains all your personal information of your Google service account. So the data infiltration may get that the ENV may all your ENVs, product ENVs may get down, and your PII may be hacked. Then we have a supply chain. Means what? Like a vulnerable base image compromise, the ADK or the LAN chain may break its workflow. Yeah, it may what we can say malfunction through the rings. So How we can tackle these things? So we have an identity and access. Means what? One workload identity per agent always. Means what? Whenever we create an AI agent, we assign them one role. Yeah, we share and one account IAM through all the three agents. So what actually happens is, as you can see in the image, the service account is been shared. The orchestration is orchestrator agent is linked to the one of the IAM email. Then research agent is also connected to the same email. Then we have a writer agent, which is also connected to the same email. Now we have you can see that all the service account agents have all the permissions, all the context, all the PI access. So if one of them is compromised, now you all know that how it may can be compromised. One query in a documentation and it can hit to a boom and delete in your database. Now if one of it is compromised, the full access will be provoked, and it may happen that what can I say, attackers might get access to your agenting your system of GSA. You can see the examples that before some time the Grafana was being hacked. Before that, we can say Hugging Face was being hacked. How it was being hacked? Due to some of the loopholes. Just like it, they pass some of the queries which were malicious, which can gain the attack. The loophole was being created. The loop agent does not caught the error, malicious things, and all permissions, all the what we can say, all the access was compromised, and it hit to the email, and the attackers got the what you can say the access to the full repository, and they were demanding for some of the ransom amounts. So how we can tackle that things? We have per agent service account. Means what? If we are using an orchestration, we'll create a folder for it and we'll assign a separate user role for it. Then if we are working for a research agent, we'll create a separate folder for it, and we will assign a separate email. Same for the writer agent. Now where we'll create a folder for it, there is an artifact name service in GCP which creates a private repositories. So you can also deploy the things from there itself. Now it is a private repository. Means the role which you have shared to the people, yeah, your organization may have the access to it, but not all the people, yeah, not it just seems that in private repository, so it will does not have an access to the random people. We can say, yeah, random people cannot interfere or go through it. And if one of them is compromised, the other agents are working in the same workflow, they what we can say, they do not get provoked. So we can say that one compromise and the limited blast radius is, we can say, it is getting narrower in the sense. So these are the best tactical things you may try when you are heading for an secure AI agents. Then we have secrets, networks, and pods. Means what? We have a layered defense for agentic workflow. Now, what is a layered defense for agentic workflow? So, a never break API key into your agent image. Now, if you can see in your right side boxes, in my left side, it is present in the red color. What people do? So they directly put the Google. You can see the API key is directly added there. Yeah. Also, if you can see the bash code there, so env is directly added, like without getting some of the secure things, the configure map things, all the plain text secrets, all the Docker built what you can say image things, yeah, image passwords are being added into your files, which can be accessed easily, which can be baked through easily, and the attackers might get access to all your stuff. Now what actually you can do into it, you can fetch at runtime, then you can create a secure and secret version of it. Now how you can create just like when you are going for an GitHub repository and you have some of the env things which you have to do, so you add it in the git ignore files, that the git ignore file will what you can say hide those env calls, env production files. Same as it, when you are hitting the production or deploying the agent into your servers, you have to create a a secret name file in which all your map keys are being present. And you have to again when you are calling the API key, you have to put the same command, that client dot access underscore service dot versions, and in that you can paste all your file directories there. So whenever the API key the attackers might find, or anyone who is working with that AI agent, if they find the thing, they will only see the API key and the star coded what you can say encapsulation password present there. Means what? Encapsulation password means what? It is actually added into the secret version of things. Means it is not capsulated actually, but it will not directly hit up to your what you can say the folders where the map keys are being present. Next, we can see that the network policies which can restrict the egress per agent mode, which are the pod selectors. Now, what are the pod selectors? So whenever you are doing the pod selector things, so you have to select single pod for a single agent. Means what? Whenever you assign the workload to an AI agent, you have to deploy them on a single cluster, single pod. Same as it, if you are hosting another agent, you have to hit it for the production on a different pod. Same if you are going for a multiple agent, you have to create a separate pod for them. Why we have to create a separate pod for them? So we can say that whenever the attackers are been trying to what you can say malfunction the things, or they if they are going for a secret manager what you can say SQL injection queries, the pod if some of the agent tools are being compromised, the others may work easily. And we can say the en function which we are adding into our env files, it can block the random restrictions of the random users. Means what? It will do not give the access to of tools like KSA or GSA of your account. And if there is any malfunctioning being happening, it can go for your observability things, and you can see all the traceback calls present there. Now, what actually the secret action, secret version, this command does it, it retrieves the secret at runtime, and secret never exists in an image. So whenever you are creating a Docker image, yeah, building an image for the Kubernetes production, so you cannot see the things in your image build. Then the network policies, we can say that if you are getting for an example, you can say that it is an Kubernetes firewall, which actually breaks the random access to the random people, we can say. So what are the benefits of it? We can say that the agent cannot call unknown APIs, it cannot malfunction the what you can say random queries, it cannot use the malicious servers, it cannot go for an internal database malfunction. So because of an network blocks we can say that network blocks it at an age, so it does not go for an random calls, we can say. It has a predefined context which it uses and goes further. Then we go for a pod hardening is, we can say, free on GKE autopilot. So now we what is exactly a pod hardening? It is a security context for you. So you can see some of the commands there. First one is run as non-root. Means what? Never run a container as a root. You have to never run a container which is what you can say, which is comprising of your sandbox things, sandbox models, and the AI agent sandbox. You have to do not run it as a root. You have to run it either as an what you can say client version or agentic version, or you can say your organization version. Now, read only root file system is the second command, which says that malware cannot write files. Means what? A random user or the random stuff which is added, the malware is actually broken by the security manager, and the malware will cannot write the files, or it will not get the right access of it. Then we have third command, which is allow privilege escalation. Means what? No sudo, no privilege gain. Means what? No sudo files will be added, no sudo commands will be added, no sudo access to the directory will be given, and all the privilege we can say no privilege access will be given, no loophole will be created there. So this is the best command you can add when you are doing a pod hardening. Now there are last command, which is we can say capabilities drop. So what is it? You remove the unnecessary Linux privileges. You can read that Linux capabilities. Means what? Agent doesn't need an capnet raw or cap system admin access. Means what? All the Linux privilege files or Linux random access files are being not used, or there is no need while we are using pod hardening. Now, This actually reduces your settings dramatically and impact your, what we can say, the rate of compromisation. Then we have the next, which is we can say guardrails and observability. So because agents are non-deterministic, so what is exactly mean by it? So we have like, whenever we call back and let you intercept the agents at every step, means what? First one, we create an agent, then we go for an before model callback. Now what is before model callback? So every tool which results and passes through it, so before that, the LLM reads all the stuff, and then it accessed, and it what we can say, allows you to go for an after model callback. So what is an callback flow? We can say that it is first of input, then we go for a model callback, then we go for LLM, means what? Vertex AI we use in Gemini, then we go for after model callbacks, and then we go for tool, what all the tools so we are going to use there. So through this, the security checks actually happen at every stage. So non-deterministic, what we can say that it is a non-deterministic, means it need observability, and it has different outputs, we can say. Now, what the research agent, we can say that it allows you, while you are using the tools, we can say it allows the search, but what it doesn't allow, it doesn't allow the SQL, it doesn't allow the storage delete. So even when the LLM asks it, it will not, what we can say, give the access to it to delete the callbacks. Yeah, delete the storage systems. We can say, yeah, delete the SQL functioning things. Then what is the principle behind it? That never trust the model, always enforce policies externally. So this is what we have actually learning from it, that we should not trust a model, we should not trust the AI agent directly, we have to enforce some of the policies. If you are using the external policies thing, it is an, we have an Argo CD tool, we have Kyberno tools which are actually added into the GCP integrations now. And if you are using for the callback things, the after model things, you can see directly into the observability, where you can see the open telemetry tools are directly added into the directory of GCP, where you can just what we can say, you can just get the callbacks from there, you can see all the logs, you can all see all the traces, all spans present there. Now logs are actually only the ground truth. So uh, these slides actually explain the stuff that why the logs are being your friend, we can say. So first tool is cloud logging. So what logs actually mean? It consists of your agent name, it consists of your tool name, it consists of your time span. Then we have some of the inputs, then we have some of the output. So why it is useful? We use it in auditing, incident responding, we use it in debugging. Now, if we go for the next tool, just it have an structure like an armor. So it is a model armor service, the Google managed protection service. So if you're not willing to go for a third party protection, you can use the model armor. So what it detects, it detects the prompt injections, it detects the jailbreaks, it detects the PII leaks, means personal information leaks, then malicious URLs which are actually present in the code, yeah, we can say in the doc. Then it can think, we can think like an cloud armor for an LLMs. So it just restricts all the stuff which is actually not given access by the AI agents. Then the third tool we have is a cloud trace, means what? It tracks multiple agent workflows. How it tracks? If you are going for an orchestrator agent, if you are going for a research agent, if you are going for a judge agent and write agent, so it shows entire execution path of it. Then it help you to detect the loops and failures of it. So these are the three tools which should be must use when you are creating an AI agent in it. Then we have a reference architecture slide. So whenever you are hitting for a production using the secure AI agent on GKE, you should go for a reference architecture. So what is a reference architecture? So you can see there is an GKE cluster. So there are two options when you are creating a GKE cluster. First option is you have an standard mode, and second one is you have an autopilot mode. Now, what is the difference between both of them? The payments which are actually you are doing, the pay as you go services actually you are working with, are both of the different, and In autopilot mode, everything is tackled and handled by the Google services. But in standard mode, you have to work in manual conditions. Now, first one we have orchestration agent. Means what? It coordinates with the workflow of it. Then we have research agent. Means what? It searches the information which is actually which it is actually what you can say. It is given the task to research and the goal driven task which is actually given by the head of it. Then we have an writer agent. Means what? It produces the outputs. What outputs it presents? The research agent which actually goes through all the information, all the article, all the stuff. It docs it and gives it to writer agent to produce the output which is required. Now, each agent has its own KSA. Means what? It has an own Kubernetes service account. Then, own IAM identity. Means what? All the identity access management is present differently in each agent. Then, all the three agents have its own permissions. So, we can say that orchestration agent may have the different permissions. Research agent may have a different permissions. Then they are directly connected to the services we can say which is Vertex AI, which is just working as an LLM there. Then we have a secret manager. Means what? It keeps all the secrets, all the stuff, all the map keys present there. Then we have a model armor. What model armor does it? It provides the security to it. Then we have cloud logging. Means what? All the logs, all the service, all the security logs are being present in cloud logging. Then we have a cloud trace. Means what? All the tracing, all the callback tracing is done by cloud trace. Now, what are actually the key points of it? That every security layer is independent. If one fails, the another layer still protects you. So this is a defense and depth we can see. So one identity per agent, we can never share the service account to it. As I told you before, if you are using multiple agent, give multiple what you can say service account or create multiple service account present, and we can say restrict the blast radius. Means what? Network policies tools allow listings and limited IAM access should be present for the different tools, so that the damage which are actually the malicious activities are creating is being, we can say the radius of it is being lower than all the stuff. Then observe everything. Means what? Logs every tool call, every workflow, every security event must be what we can say watched carefully. Why? Because agents are unpredictable. So I've seen lot of examples that agents are going unpredictable. They are going undetermined aspects. Why? Because the agentic policies behavior are not restricted to them. And whenever you go for an policy management afterward, it restricts you to add the stuff. So whenever you are creating an agent, please add an policy management externally or while creating itself. Now, we'll create an agent as a demo. Uh, so I will share some of the commands with you. You can directly copy the command and place in. Okay, I have just added the command in. I've just added the URL link in the chat section of the Gmail. Gmeet link. Okay, so you can see something like this on your screen. So first are your credit links. I've shared all the three links with you. Whichever the link actually works on your device, on your Google account, you can use the link. If all the three are not using, please change the account, because the Google has taken all the credit system software we can say under maintenance. There is a, I mean, there is a critical issue for credit ratings, but if it works on your system, it's fine. So first command, you will create what you can say a set project ID. You will create a project on your system and you will set a project ID. Then we'll enable some of the services. So we have first service we can say which is a Google Cloud service. We'll enable that thing. Then we have a next service which is artifact registry. Means what? It will register your repository in a private repository mode. Then we have containers. Then we have API platforms. So what in what in cloud build Google APIs.com does it? automates the creation of container images for your source code. Then what artifact does it? It provides a secure and private registry. Means what? An sort of private repository for you. Then we have an container Google API.com. Means what? It manages all the life cycle of GKE cluster and security features. Means what? It is just a firewall for it. Then last but not the least service, it is an API platform. Means what? It provides all the access to the Vertex AI services, including the Gemini models for reasoning and the code generations. Then we'll go for a cluster creation. So we'll go for a cluster creation. You can see the command 3 here, which is creating a cluster in a central US zone A. So it whenever you run the command in your GCP console, it will take around 8 to 10 minutes, and then you will go for an enabling the API services and all the stuff. Then you will configure your Kubernetes access. So where you can see the fourth command, which actually gets all the configurations of it. Means what? Once your cluster is provisioned, you need a configuration of kubectl to communicate with it. Next, you have allow GK access to Vertex AI. So your fifth command will allow the access to the Vertex AI. Then we have next command, which is ADK agent asset. You can see which is an Kubernetes service account in default, which namespace to an IAM role, which we can say which is an API platform.user. We have enabled the service before. So for project workload identity pool, we are using this service. So these are some of the commands we can see. There are around 22 commands through which you can run your secure AI agent. Now, how it will look, I will show you in detail where you have to run the commands and which platform actually you are using. I will go through the stuff in detail. Okay. So whenever you log in into your Google Cloud account console, you have to create a new project through here. So yes, you can see option here to create a new project. Through it, you can create a new project and you have to just copy this project ID for the further things. Then you have to go through the icon you can see here, which is your Google Cloud console. And there you will type all the commands which I have given to you. Now, the commands will look something like this. This is an bash history of the commands I have run. Uh, after successfully running all the things, you have to run your command, which is kubectl get pods. Yes. So these are your last two commands which I'm running. I'm actually preloaded all the stuff using the same commands. You have to just put the commands in your console and it will do all the stuff there. Now, it has created the pods for me. The first pod is data agent. Next one is Python sandbox worm pool, and the router deployment is present. Now, I will go for an kubectl get service. Means what? I will generate my what is the public IP address for the AI agent. Okay. Whenever you are going for this command kubectl get pods, it may happen that for 4 to 5 minutes, it may show you that the emails are being what you can say the pods are being getting into the constructions. It are not ready, so you have to wait for 4 to 5 minutes. Then if you can't see, you have to run this command kubectl get services. Means what? You will go for an external IP address of your agent. If the external IP address is not shown, you have to wait for some time and run the command again. Run the get pods command again and see if all the status are being running. And then you have to again go for get services command, so that you can get the external IP address. You have to directly what you can say right click on it and go to the link present. So I will just show you how it looks. Yes, so it somewhat looks like this. This is your what you can say personal chatbot or AI agent, we can say, which will work as per you set the goal driven or as per you set the goals to it, and it will give the what you can say solutions using the goal driven architecture of it. So you will run the last command present in the notepad, which I have shared with you, which actually measures what you can say Excel file and the data present in it. So I will just paste that command here. So you have to paste that command here and wait for the instructions happening. You can see all the sessions here. You can export the sessions, you can delete the sessions, you can import the things present. So I have imported an Excel file here. You can see that in the current session. Now you can see that it has given me a total inventory value of the command which I have told to him. As per the general rates, you can see just you can we can say you can talk with him, you can ask him any sort of questions. If you have anything, any Excel file, any doc file which you want him to summarize, it can do it. It is an AI agent which can do lot more things for you using the workflow. Again, you can add the Wikipedia things, you can add all the historical things, you can add the map things if it has been required for web scrapping for you. It can give you all the answer present on the directory which you have provided to him. You can find all the logs and all the stuff here. First you have to set just click on the root agent present here. You can see all the agentic structure of the graph. You can see all the branches, streaming stuff, then many more things. So you can just what I can say, you can just customize this AI agent. So it just analyzes the spreadsheet, and you can see the run spreadsheet analysis is done, and the inventory value has been given to you by it. So this is your basically an inventory value, I can say. So this is the best and optimized way in which you can create your secure AI agents. So how this AI agent is actually secure? So I will just show the notepad commands through which I have added this up there. Okay. So whenever you go for an deployment of the files, so you are actually going for a deployment of 3 files. So first one, I will show you. Okay. These are some of the rules for sandbox. Means what? You have grouped the API calls, you have grouped the resources things, and if you all have grouped the verbs of it, which are actually listing, watching the cluster being hosted. Then you have some of the API version for KATS. KATS means Kubernetes cluster. Now, this is your GKE sandbox lab, means which contains your sandbox router.yaml file, which has all the we can say all the Python sandbox things, all the egress access, and all the IP blocks which are consistent. It means which we can say I have also added the comments to it, which actually blocks the metadata servers to get access of it. Also, we have some of the Python templates for it. So sandbox template and pool.yaml file is there, which actually runs the Python template in runtime. Also, there are some of the Python sandbox examples which are already added there. Next one, we have some of the what you can say GK sandbox lab. We have root agent. So what does the root agent comprises of? It comprises of the GNAI Vertex AI keys which are actually added there. Your project ID is added, and the location or the zone which in you are actually working, or you're adding the zone of the working zone of it. Means what? You are working with the US Central Zone, or you are working with the West Mumbai zone. Any of this works. Here is a env file of Python is added. Also the buffer file of Python is added here in the artifact repository. Also, we are using the model of 2.5 flash. You can also add the 3.5 flash model. Actually, it is rendering due to some of the things. Yeah, actually, it is facing some of the downtime. So you can change your model through here. You can also add the Gemini Pro model, which is present. Also, what is actually the artifact repository artifact thing? I will show you how the artifact service work. So when you go for your GCP account, okay. So this is your GCP account. You have to search the artifact here. Yes, you can see the artifact registry here. Yes. So this is just like your GitHub repo thing, which is, but this is in private repo. So you can see it is an into the Docker image and Dockerized format. It has an location of US Central 1. We can say that it is encrypted by Google itself. Immutable image tags. It does not consist anything. You can see the size of it. It is 172.2 MB. So this is a folder for it. When you enter it, okay, wait 1 second. I think the screen is mm, okay. So you can see the, wait a second. Hmm. Okay, so this is your actually the repo which I was showing you. It is in the format of Dockerized repositories. It is your private repo, I can say. So when you click on the folder, you can see there isn't data isn't present here, and also you can see the repository details which are actually present here. So scanning inactivity means what? You have to enable the scanning inactivity every 2 hours, or you can set up for an 4 hour thing. What it does is it will fetch your all the logs, all the informations which are actually being used by the users, and is there any malfunctioning or malware things present. If you go inside the what you can say the file of data agents, you can see there is a doc present. Yes. So what the doc actually present is, it consists all the information regarding your image, Docker image you have built. We can say it consists of all the digest, it consists of all the image files, it consists of agent repo, and also the your project ID, and also the manifest files. Yes. So this is your manifest file, we can say. So this is the way you write your YAML or manifest files. Then you can see here the dependencies. So there are actually no dependencies present. We'll see for a vulnerability check. There are no vulnerability present. We'll find an attachments. So yes, there are no attachment present. Means what? Your agent is being safe and it's running into your what you can say Docker image completely in a safer way or secure way, we can say. Okay, so we'll get back to our slides again. So I just want you all to please take the screenshot of this reference architecture, and whenever you are using, please on this all the four services which are present in the bottom of your slides, which are the secret manager, we can say Vertex AI, Model Armor, and also cloud logging plus traces, which fetch all your observability things. Means what? You can fetch all your secure logs and traces, all the spanning things. There may be the questions that what is the difference between the cloud run thing and the server thing. So when you are running the agents on your serverless integration, so the logs are which are present, it does not show actual accurate things and what the malfunctioning are being happening on the serverless architecture. So, if you are actually working or if you are dealing with the large repositories, I will suggest that do not use the serverless things unless and until you are being into the proficient mode of being handling the serverless clusters easily. Then, if you are, so we can say that serverless tools are undetermined, and I can say there may be the thing that it will be the difficulty in fetching the logs, and it may create an mess for you all if you are using first time. So I will suggest create a cluster for it, create a server, and you can easily go for an secure agent deployment using the GKE platform. Then uh, I will say that we'll walk away with three things. First one is least privilege identity. Means what? One Kubernetes service account for each agent, which is bound by a workload identity. Means what? There is an service account which is shared in a blast radius. What is blast radius? It configures all what the API calls it is using, which person is actually using it in an uh, documentation way. And next one, who does have an access of it, what IAM roles access are being present, and what is the firewall condition for it. So blast radius consists of it. Then we have the restrict the blast radius. Means what? The network policies per agent are being restricted so that the agent reach only what the content they need, what the thing they need to reach to their goal, rather than getting all the malicious stuff there. Then as I said, observe everything. Means what? Observe all the logs, all the tool calls which are present, and you can trace your reasoning chain and all the stuff easily. And as you can see the code which is present below, which is security isn't a feature you can add later, especially for an AI agent. Means what? uh, it is not just an feature uh, which you can add later for what you can say later services, or it is just for an example I will explain you the code. Whenever you are taking a phone or a device, it is as essential as your phone covers and screen guards. How? It protects your phone from being getting damaged. Same way, the security features, the security stuff which are used in AI agent, it are your what you can say saviors for AI agent being getting into the wrong hands or getting into the malicious calls. Yes, and it's all for today. Thank you all were a nice audience. I've shared the resource list with you. You can go and read the next steps further. Also, I've shared the notepad access with you. You can copy the commands and try it by yourself. And just you can ping me on my LinkedIn. Yeah, you can get if you can also tag me on Instagram if you want. If you have any doubts regarding the secure AI agents or more of the Kubernetes stuff, GK stuff, you can just ping me there.
Thank you so much. Yes, it was a really nice session, and you just dropped the whole master class and made it look so easy. Respect भाई. सीरियसली तो अगर आज का सेशन देख के तुम्हारे अंदर एक भी चीज कोई भी क्लिक हुई होगी, चाहे वो वर्कलोड आइडेंटिटी हो या फिर नेटवर्क पॉलिसीज हो, या बस ये रियलाइजेशन कि भाई मेरे एआई एजेंट का कोई बाउंड्री ही नहीं था पहले, तो आज का दिन लेट्स कॉल इट अ सक्सेस. नाउ एआई एजेंट प्रोडक्शन में आ रहे हैं अब, और हम जानते हैं कि सिक्योर कैसे, अभी हमें पता है कि हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू डिप्लॉय इट विद द सिक्योरिटी जीकेई पे. नाउ सही गार्ड रेल्स के साथ देयर इज नो मोर विल फिक्स द सिक्योरिटी लेटर एनर्जी, दैट एरिया इज नाउ कैंसल्ड. नाउ यश को एक बार फिर से बड़ा वाला थैंक यू भाई. यू हैव गिवन योर टाइम, नॉलेज, सब कुछ शेयर किया है, एंड क्लियरली इट वाज अ टोटल ग्राइंड for this overall topic. The community appreciates you a lot, genuinely. And of course, a big shout out to GDG Nashik ki puri team, Sagar sir, Mitesh sir, and all the my fellow teammates which are here and actually you know, doing things in the background, and ये लोग background में इतना काम कर रहे हैं ताकि you guys can, you know, have a chill while grabbing the overall knowledge and stuff. अगर तुम्हें कोई भी questions रह गए, let's see if you guys have got any question. You can paste it into the chat box. Yes, are we good to go with the questions?
Yes, we are good to go.
Okay. Guys, do you have any kind of questions that you have got for Yash? You can paste it in chat. We'll focus for like 5 to 10 minutes in total.
Yes. Any sort of question regarding, if you have not regarding the, if not regarding the context of AI agents, not regarding the context of Kubernetes, but you have any sort of questions, just we can say that how we can make the resumes better, how you can approach the companies, or anything, any stuff you can ask there.
Do we have any? Or let's call it a D. If you wanted to call it a D, you can spam a thumbs up emoji. And if we have got questions, feel free to paste your questions in chat box. Okay, I can see thumbs up coming on from few guys. Uh, all right. Shall we call it a D? I guess there is no question left.
I take 1 second, Sakshi. There's a
Okay.
question from Shraddha. I'm a cloud computing student, okay, from MVPs. So I'm going to build my career in cloud. Which opportunity? Okay. So first of all, I have to just ask you some of the pre-questions that have you worked on all the three cloud platforms? What you can say, three dominant cloud platforms. So we have Google Cloud Platform in that, and we have a lot more services. We have Oracle Cloud Platform. So if you have actually not worked on it, I will suggest you go through all the services of all the cloud platforms. Try getting the free cloud, we can say free credits. Run some of the projects through it. Run some of the server and serverless projects on it. Go through the architecture, that how the things are being getting mapped. And next one, we have what actually opportunities we have is, we have the cloud architecture role. Then the famous roles which we were discussing last night was the forward deployment role. Means what? The companies ask you to work on the what we can say, all the DevOps and backend and front end infrastructure, and with AI agent things at a time. Means what? The forward deployment agent means what? All the stuff which is required, which is essential for the company to get all the stuff of DevOps plus cloud infrastructure plus front end and back end management is present in that role. So you can just being a consultant for it. Yeah, you can be a developer for it. Now we also have an opportunity of cloud. We can say consultant for it. So in the cloud consultant role, you actually consult the user to use the cloud platforms accurately. Means what? If you have an short workflow things, if you have a large workflow things, so which cloud platform is easier for you? Again, you can partner with the cloud services, and you can be a good consultant in the cloud service itself. Means what? You can be an ambassador for them. You can be an actual cloud contributor for them. So how you will do is, if I'm telling, for just for an example, if I have a project, a small project of front end and back end, which consists of an back end with what you can say Go, and also a database of, we can say that MongoDB Atlas. So which cloud platform will you suggest for me with an accurate billing architecture? Means what? You will provide me a billing architecture of server plus serverless things, and you will say me that why I should use these services and why they are essential for me. So these are the cloud architect and cloud consultant role. Again, apart from there, there are some of the platform engineering roles, which actually tell you to work on an what is a particular platform. Means what? If you are working in an GCP, and if you are going for an, just an example, we are going for an Google Kubernetes engine platform. So you will master that platform. You will consult the users on that. You will create the blogs. You will create the articles. You will also create some of the, what you can say, short videos, small, what we can say, some of the short architecture explanations through which the community and the people are being, what you can say, influenced through it, and they use the service. So these are some of the roles, some of the opportunities which are present in the cloud role. to get that things, you have to practice the cloud, what cloud and all the commands, we can say, through the YouTube videos. You can refer some of the reference books, you can refer the blogs article which are present before, and you can master the things. If you want, I can suggest you just ping me on LinkedIn. Next, we have a question of Chintamani. How should AI agents securely authenticate to LLM APIs like Vertex AI? Okay. So when you put your API key, just I have said, I will show you the slide again. Okay. Um, so I guess Chintamani, you are able to see the screen. So what the people do when they put the API keys, they directly hide the API keys. They think that the Google firewall has been present, and it will hide the API keys, or it will save them from the malicious activities. But no, if the thing has been deployed through the server, we can say, or the server run, which is cloud run things. When you use the console, if you have a console mastery, you can find the API key with two JSON queries, only two JSON queries itself. But the second way, which is a green box, which I have added, you have to add it in your secret maps. Means what? You have to create a secret functions. It is a cloud function in GCP present itself. You have to add the map key there, and then you have to connect your it to your Vertex AI. So does the secret consist of the map keys itself? No, it will also consist of your Gemini API key. If you are using some of the embeddings, if you are using the Redix, if you are using any external database rather than using the GCP, what you can say, SQL, you are using any of the external database, you have to add the keys, all the PII, means personal identity access management things, in the secret folder, and then you have to connect it to it. How do you protect GKE nodes if an AI agent executes malicious unstructured code? Okay, so you have to go for hunt on the logs. Means what? You will first go for an IAM access of that pod. When you go for an GKE architecture, we have an what you can say, service manager, or the node manager, or the master, we can say, which actually takes the control of all the orchestrating works. It is a master node of you. So you the master node have the access of an private etcd. Means what? The Kubernetes cluster itself has an etcd, but the backup etcd is present in what it is, a master node. You have to just fetch the logs of etcd present here. Etcd is a small database which for the Kubernetes, which consists of the Kubernetes logs only itself. So when you go for an GKE etcd, you can find all the logs present there, and you can find which agent is actually going for a malicious or what is untrusted code. And as I told you, if you add the keys and maintain the that four services which I have just mentioned in an consulting architecture, just see that there is a secret manager, Vertex AI, model armor, and then we can say that logging plus trace. Through this all four services, your AI agent is already secure. There is no need to, what you can say, look for it again and again. If there is any issue in it, yeah, if there is any hike you can see in your malicious things, the observability tool will directly send a message to your Slack channels or your Discord if you have attached the link to it. So there is a tool which is Open Telemetry, which actually works for the observability stuff. Okay, there is a.
Thank you.
Okay, Chintamani, I think I have answered you as per the I think my answer is that much reach to you. Next is Shraddha. There is a question: are you provide internships or job in Nashik? Actually, I'm not providing the things right now, Shraddha, but soon I will provide. Means it isn't planning of me that I will start a company regarding a private cloud and community cloud itself, just like CO, I can say. But the things are being too much in future. Actually, currently I'm not doing the stuff. You can try ESDS. You can try some of the companies like Winjit is there, which actually run some of the projects on cloud. So you can reach them out on LinkedIn. Yeah, you can go for an you can mail the HRs present there.
Any further questions, guys? Uh, I hope all the questions that you guys got actually got answered. And yeah, let's call it a D then. Scan this QR to fill the feedback form. We'll wait for you guys to fill it up. We'll wait for 2 minutes, and I hope you guys consider filling this form because it will be the only source of your attendance that it will be only source of a kind of proof that you guys attended this session, so that you'll get to know about your further updates regarding to certificates and all that. So make sure you guys fill the feedback form. We'll wait for you guys for like 2 minutes.
Okay, again, I have to mention one thing. As per I am giving the challenges in my previous sessions, same challenge here. If you find any of the diagram, if you find any of the information on internet, I will give you the 30 credits free. Just ping me on my LinkedIn channels. Okay. If you find any of the slides being present on internet.
I hope you guys try to challenge Yash with this thing. If you guys find the diagrams which are out in the internet, if they are similar to any kind of diagrams that Yash has shown you, he has promised to give you guys credits for free. Okay, are we good to go? Can you guys spam some thumbs up if we are done with the feedback form? Okay. I don't see many of them, so you guys better do it. It's for free, I guess. It is not something that you have to pay for. Okay, we are good to go. Next slide, please. Okay, so before you post any kind of your experiences with us on your social platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, and whatnot, it is, these are the official handles for GDG Nashik. And if you want to get notified with future events which are going to be there for sure, which are going to be as interactive as today's session was, make sure you guys follow us on every single platform so you'll be getting notified early, and it will help you to RSVP for you guys for yourself early so you won't miss any kind of event in further times. So these are our official social handles. Stay connected with us, and it was so nice having you guys here. It was so nice spending the Saturday morning with you guys. And yeah, let's call it a day. Before you guys leave the meeting, I have a request for you guys. I just want you guys to turn on your cameras. We just want to take a group photo of this session, even though we are at our homes. I hope you guys turn on your cameras, and we'll take a group photo as quick as I can, and we'll say goodbyes to each other. Yes, admin, are we good to go? Okay. I can see plenty of you guys have done it already. It's really nice seeing guys here. And I hope the enthusiasm we had in the morning is still there. So spam the thumbs up if you are ready to take a group photo, and we'll do what kind of pose you guys suggest to do for this group photo. Is it a peace sign or a GDG sign that you guys want to do? Yes, what do you suggest?
I can suggest the GDA sign we can do. That's more easier.
Yes, this will be your pros for today. I I don't know how you guys are going to adjust your poses, but yeah, are we good to go for the group photo? Make sure you have a big smile on your face. Admin, have we got our photo? Okay, good. Thank you
Yes,
so much,
yes.
guys. It was so nice having you guys here. And thank you for joining us on this weekend. The Saturday was really amazing. And we will see you guys in the next event. So stay tuned. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.